Hello and welcome to the end of week 2. So the week 2 roundup of my prep for a photo shoot series. Let's take a look at where we're at. Now I've had a really good week this week. I've got back into my training, so I trained 5 times this week. And I don't know whether it's the training that's made the difference or not, but we'll go through a couple of other things in a second. But you can definitely see a significant change in my middle. I've even got a hint of abs by the looks of it. So you can definitely see I'm looking a lot less puffy now through the middle, which is fantastic. So I'm really, really stoked with that. Although I don't particularly feel like I've lost weight, but like I say, what's important is how I feel, and I feel better, and I feel that I look better, and you can actually just see that I'm looking significantly better through the middle. On Friday, what I actually went and did is I had a DEXA scan. Now, a DEXA scan, for those of you who don't know, is a way of identifying your body's composition. And what it does, essentially, there's different wavelengths of energy that get sent through your body, and the difference between those wavelengths of energy determines whether, allows it to identify sort of bone mass, your fat mass, and your lean muscle mass. Okay, and then it prints it all out, and it shows printed out in this nice coloured picture here, showing you where you're holding all your fat, and you can see, yep, good old fat ass. So I'm fairly lean in my upper body, but you can see the fat has all come back on my butt. And then what it does is it gives you, and you can see from the last DEXA scan I had back in February 2017, that was, I'm actually kind of in a better space than I was in weight-wise from where I was in February last year. But February last year, I literally just started my comp prep, actually. Yeah, so I was only 3 weeks into my comp prep at that phase. That comp prep was coming off the back of 9 months off. So I'd been holding at about 62 in the off season, which is okay, probably a little bit higher than I wanted to, but not too bad. Anyway, and then you can see that I'm sitting at 60.74 here according to the DEXA machine. Okay, and that kind of put me at a total body fat percentage of 16.9%. So look, I was really happy with that, and that's actually still considered to be extremely lean for a female. For a guy, it's considered to be, yeah, okay, well, sort of, but for a female, that's considered to be extremely lean. And most Olympic athletes, female athletes, very few of them, depending on the sport, get below about 15% body fat anyway. So I'm really happy with where I'm sitting. And then I just felt light today in the gym, so I thought I'd pop on the scales, and it had me at 58 kilos. So actually, and this is a very good reason why you can't really trust scales, and you really, when you're losing weight and stuff, or you're on a weight loss program, you really shouldn't weigh yourself every single day or get upset by if your weight changes from day to day, because it does. It will do. There's so many factors that affect your weight. In fact, you can weigh yourself twice on the same day, 3 or 4 times on the same day, and you'll probably get a different result every single time, just because of what you've eaten, how much you've drunk, whether you're stressed. All sorts of factors affect your weight. What matters is the difference over the course of about a week. Okay, so given the fact that this one had me at nearly 61 kilos on Friday, and yet this morning it had me at 58.3. Look, I'm not reading too much into that, but you can clearly see that from my pictures, and that's where pictures are so good as well, taken 1 week apart, is you can clearly see there's been something that's changed here. And let's just look at how I was on my meals this week. Now, last week I had 29 meals. Last week I really stuck to the baseline of the PN plate or the hand size portion guide, just to sort of show you how it works out. This week I've gone back to my customized version of it, and I will get into customizing numbers of meals and how you customize meals to suit your body's clock. And if you've done the Hunger Games, or if you're starting to do the Hunger Games, that will be very useful. That'll be very useful, because once you start identifying how many meals a day works for you, then you'll need to be able to customize the baseline portion guides to the number of meals you need. Okay, so I've gone back to my 5 meals a day, except for Saturday and Sundays. I still tend to go much more instinctively according to what I'm doing. Yesterday I trained, then I had some posing. Today I also had some posing. and I caught up with somebody for breakfast. So Saturday and Sunday, those are my breakfast days. So those are pretty much always going to be non-compliant, and you know what, I really don't care. Now, Tuesday was a bit of a weird one because at work we have our fridges cleaned out, I guess, semi-regularly, but there's never any email sent out. Now, I've lost food 2 or 3 times now, and on Monday I took a whole week worth of food. Tuesday morning I got there and the whole lot was gone. So I'd lost a whole week's worth of food. All my chicken, all my sweet potato, all my kitchery, all gone. I was absolutely livid because nobody had told us. So I had no food. And then, you know, that is no excuse. I could have bought a salad, but I didn't. So Tuesday, my post-workout meal and my lunch were not compliant. And then I just went and bought some like little tins of tuna for my afternoon snack. That was a bit annoying, really, because I really wanted to get right on top of it this week and show you a really good week. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say there is a no on Thursday night. Thursday night generally is a night that I let myself have a non-compliant meal. When I'm on comp prep, it's my refeed night, so that's when I bump up my calories and sort of have carbs and fats and stuff like that. So Thursday night now. In Melbourne in summer, a lot of the markets have night markets with lots of sort of street stalls and street food vans and things like that. So I chose on Thursday to go to South Melbourne night markets, and I had some lovely, what did I have? Oh, I had some divine mussels and some lovely chicken skewers. And then I found this beautiful gluten-free ice cream sandwich. So definitely not compliant, but you know, I knew I was not going to have that. And that non-compliant meal is why on Friday I was registering 60.7 kilos on the DEXA scan machine. Yet a couple of days later, being mostly back on track, I was down at 58. There is another factor that may be playing into this. Shut your ears again, guys. Time of the month, ladies. Okay. Yes, that also happened on Thursday. And I know for a fact that I hold water beforehand, and within a couple of days, all that water's gone. So there's a couple of factors I think that may account for some of those differences on the scales. Okay. Out of the week's meals, I had 33 meals this week and 28 were compliance, and that's actually pretty good. That's about 85% consistency. So look, I'm really happy with that. It's up from last week. Yes, I had more meals, but I guess because they were spread out, you know, I had more meals with the same amount of food, then they were kind of smaller meals. So look, that's okay, all good. So I'm really happy with that. And when you start sort of looking at your compliance and how you're going and your progress, this is why this journal is so useful, because you can see I've increased my consistency, and that's what you want to aim for. You always want to be aiming to improve your consistency with your compliance level, because that is when you'll get the best results. So there you have it. Just a very quick roundup. I think that's pretty much it. What's on for this week? More of the same. So I'm going to be really consistent with my training this week and make sure that my diet is completely on point. We'll see how things are looking next week, because then that will only be 1 week from my photo shoot. So pointy end already. Gosh, it's gone so quickly. Anyway, take care. I hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week.